Right, so Season 7 is here. Not that Gameloft would want you to know about it. But Season 7...
Hey, how you doing?
is, I think, the season where I have the most complaints about the game so far. I'll get onto those. I'll get onto those later. Might as well start with a little opening. We'll start with a little opening. We'll get those boxes. Those universal boxes opened. I could do this tonight when I stream, but I'll just do it now. I'll start off with what I think are the good changes and the good things with the game. I think the you can now spin, apparently. Like, I think the best thing with the game is with the update is the update to the HUD. Like, it just looks nicer. It looks more just engaging. Stuff isn't like packed in to one, so it kind of looks like there's more to the game, and there is more to the game. Tournaments I think are a great addition. I think I'll jump into one. I'll jump into one right now.
Trust me, I'm a natural.
I won't actually play any because it's quite even though I think overall they are easy. Like even the Super Cup, like getting characters to level 30, especially now, is a lot easier than it was before. So I think maybe in the next one or in the future, possibly have 4 chapters and you have an ultimate, or have 5 and you have like an ultimate and a legendary as well, which are level 40 and level 50 then, so you're constantly, you know, I don't think anywhere in the game there's actually an incentive to push a character to level 50. And with the new upgrade system, which I think overall is a good change, it takes away some of the personality of the game, but I think it makes the whole upgrade system a lot more smoother and a lot quicker as well. So some of those places in the season tour before that were tripping people up, like having to upgrade certain mid-season characters and having to upgrade certain rare or epic characters. I think it's gonna be a lot easier for there, because you only really need shards. You need a very minimal amount of shards, and you only need the upgrade coins, which are universal for every character. They do go quite quickly, but you also make them back up quite quickly as well. So the first couple of days, yesterday, like day one of the season, I did manage to get Mickey up to level 50, so I've now got a maxed out Mickey.
I'll do my best. I'm all set.
Of course.
Also got a maxed out Beast and a maxed out Mike, and that's all from one day, and that's all from what I got from the conversion over from the old upgrade materials to upgrade coins. And obviously I built up those characters anyway, because I had them at 5 stars before the new season launch, before the changeover. But I think overall that's a good change. That's kind of where my changes. That's kind of where my positives kind of stop, unfortunately. I'll go into the race that spotlights Vanellope, because I think with this season specifically, there was a lot of hype behind the characters.
This place is bonkers.
Especially Vanellope, because she's kind of built for this. She's built for this kind of game, so a lot of people expected her to be really dominant. Unfortunately, it looks like she won't be, and it looks like that's a trend that kind of follows with the rest of the seasonal characters as well, or the rest of the Wreck-It Ralph characters as well. Ralph himself looks really good, I will say, and we'll show him off a bit later. He does have the same issues that the Brawler class has, but I think he has all of the same good points as well. Yeah, it doesn't feel like that's a necessarily good skill. But it does kind of mess up your control. You kind of don't have any handling. You're kind of sacrificing handling for a kind of average speed boost. Her regular skill is, I would say, a lot better. Where you get the boost from hitting people. That's a lot better than the charged. But I still think Vanellope, from what people were kind of expecting, and what was kind of hyped up from just the fact that character is like in a racing game kind of universe and kind of should be great. The fact that she's now in the game and she's one of the premium characters which is now paid for. The fact that that's the case, it kind of... And she's not that great. She's not, like, going to be immediately dominant. Even if she does end up being really good later on. Or the more you put into her. I would say I'm a little bit disappointed by Vanellope's output, at least at the moment, at least at level 15. Ralph, though, is very good. I'd say Ralph is...
What does a guy like me gotta do to win a race like this?
That's not John C. Reilly. Ralph is easily looking like the best character of the season. I mean, as he should be. It's his movie. He's all about speed, he's all about stuns, and he gets essentially 2 free rushes. And the thing with me is, if a character's going to be stun focused, then I wouldn't want them to be super fast. Because you want them to be getting off stuns all of the time. I don't really know if I like the design of the cart, because I was thinking initially it looked like it was designed for Ralph. Yet even here, I think Ralph looks too big for it. So maybe it's built for Calhoun. But yeah, I can easily see Ralph being dominant. I can see him being very annoying to go up against as well. Like, it's not super creative kit, but I do see it being very fun. I see it being very fun when you're like surrounded by a group of enemies as well. King Candy, I think, is on the same level as Mulan.
Just like steering a ship.
He's not good. And it's mostly his stats don't do him any favors. I think mainly his skill just is like something that would come with a launch character. It doesn't seem... It's not on the same level as what we would kind of expect, or what I kind of expect from a character coming out a year after launch. You know what I mean? It's just a gumball. You don't get any kind of speed boost from it. So yeah, I can see King Candy being kind of left behind. Compared to the rest of the Wreck-It Ralph roster. Should probably have used his regular skill there. Yeah, the regular skill is just those forward, which is useless if you're in first. But also, if you're in first, you're probably going to use the other skill, which isn't great either. So yeah, I don't see King Candy being I don't see him being a useful character, unfortunately. I know some people were excited for him. I just think it's a missed opportunity. Missed opportunity because there's no, like, Cybug stuff in his kit. Surely that would have been fun, like giving him the Gantu skill where he's got like, where he summons like bugs to fly and shoot either forward or backward, or give him like a completely unique skill all of his own. I think Felix is probably going to be up there as well. Oh yeah, it's a 1-year anniversary as well. It's pretty exciting. Meg's the Star Chaser. That's also very exciting, because I have Meg close to maxed out. So I think at the end of this, I'll probably have her maxed out. So overall, change to upgrades. Good. Tournament mode. Good. The Golden Pass is okay for now. What I will say is, do not buy the Golden Pass with real money. Don't do an in-app purchase on this. The rewards aren't good enough, and we need to kind of send a message to Gameloft that monetizing this in the way that they have, essentially, best case scenario, I would be happy, I would be more than happy if this was a permanent fixture in the shop. Also they call it a pack. You get 1 Golden Pass credit, which can get half of the Golden Pass. But having this here, as long as this is an option, I'm fine with it. If this is an option and it stays an option after mid-May or May the 19th, then I consider that a win. If this goes away and it goes to being 100% paid for with real money forever going forward, I think that is honestly horrible. Like I said, there's ways to go around it. And to be fair, there are these Wreck-It Ralph capsules, which can give you, which are like the free way to get Vanellope shards at the moment. What I will say about that is that the drop rates are not great on this. If Vanellope shards were, say, put one away from the end, like, if Vanellope shards were here, or here, and free, right? If Vanellope shards were here and free, and change that from 5 to 10 to get the unlock, then I would be fine with them having like, yeah, if you pay to get her quicker. But Vanellope is like free for free to play players at the end of the Golden Pass. But people who pay will get more rewards and can get her quicker and will get her leveled up. I would defend that, but because that's not happening, I don't know where I stand. I don't stand anywhere good with the change, to be honest. But yeah, I'm not. The Golden Pass, I think there's only a temporary band-aid. It's like putting sellotape on a fish tank. And they said no flex tape. This is like plastic freaking sellotape. I think my biggest overall problem is you add together monetization of the Golden Pass. Not this. Tournaments have their own season pass as well. The tournaments have these kind of rewards. And that's an in-app purchase, and there's no way to get these free. Those are just monetized forever. That would be bad enough. But you couple that up with
Let me at 'em. Yippee! Let me at 'em.
notice what's happening when I go on Vanellope,
Roll.
and then when I go on Fix It Felix. There's something that's happening when I go on Vanellope that's not happening when I go on Fix It Felix. I'll give you a clue because it's not happening to It's not happening to King Candy either. But when I go onto Vanellope, I go onto Fix It Felix, I go onto King Candy, then I go to Vanellope. These characters aren't voiced. They dropped the new season tour without having any like pre-warning, no trailer until the season tour was already out, no patch notes until the season tour was already out, no release date until the season tour was actually out. Just saying, season tour is out now. And it's not done. It's not finished. It's the reason why it got split in half, because because Gameloft hasn't developed the second half of the season tour yet. Or the second half of the season tour chapters yet. Like, not only is King Candy basically a Mulan reskin, but also there's no freaking voice lines? There's no voice lines for Fix It Felix? And the worst of all, Sergeant Calhoun is a epic character. She's going to be the premium character of the second season, of the second half of the season pass. No voice lines either. And this is a premium character. Gameloft are expecting players to shell out real cash, hard-earned cash, on a character that they haven't been bothered to record voice lines for. Or that they don't have voice lines ready for. They're expecting you to shell out money, real money, for a character that is not done yet. That's genuinely insulting. And I think that's the biggest issue with this update as a whole. This season, this patch as a whole. There is a lot that's come into the game. Tournaments, great. New upgrade system, great. But if you're implementing stuff into the game and expecting people to pay money, to pay real life money for it, it needs to be quality content. You know what game had characters that weren't voiced? Freaking Nick All-Star Kart. And do you know who developed that game? Game Mill. Is that the level that we're on now? Are we on Game Mill level? Overall, I think I can't call this a good update. I can't. As much as there are things that I like the upgrade system is genuinely an improvement. Tournament mode is great. It's something that I've been asking for ages. basically since the end of Season 1, I've been like... Since the end of Season 1, I've wanted a way for new players to access previous seasons. This is a way for them to do it. The monetization of it hurts, is a tough pill to swallow, but it's one I've got to kind of live with. It's one I've got to kind of, just be like, oh, we can't have everything. But I think the amount of changes to monetization with the game means that everything else needs to be top-notch, and releasing characters when they are not done is a problem. And it could be solved easily, not even by delaying the season, but just don't have those characters be unlockable until the voice lines are recorded and you can put them in the game. Like, just have, like, Fix-It Felix Jr. have you get, like, one shard up until the last, or, like, the last chapter of the season tour. And then you've got him, and by that time, he'll have voice lines. King Candy, don't do an event for King Candy until you've recorded voice lines for him. You've kind of done that with Calhoun. Hopefully, when she's in the season pass, she has voice lines. Because if you're expecting people to shell out money for a character that isn't done, then I don't know what to say. But that's a big gripe for me. That's the thing that I can't really look past. And it hurts because Ralph and Vanellope do. So why then do King Candy, Calhoun, and Fix-It Felix Jr. not? It's not good enough. Sorry that this video has been overly negative, but I feel like it's important to address that the game has problems. The game has a lot of problems, and I don't want those problems to continue. I want this to continue to be... because I genuinely really enjoy this game. I want it to succeed, I want it to thrive, I don't want it to go the way of the dodo. Unfortunately, there are issues, there are problems, and releasing characters that are unfinished, it's insulting at the end of the day. Yes, pat yourselves on the back that you went back on your word about the monetization of the Golden Pass, or that you kind of made Golden Pass tickets available for free-to-play players. Pat yourselves on the back for that, at least. But I can't, in good faith, say that this is a good update. It's not a good update. It's an unfinished update. And that's just the worst kind, because there is so much to get excited about. The Wreck-It Ralph characters coming to the game is exciting. It's a franchise that I've wanted in the game for a while. But there's just too many things that are too hard to ignore. Anyways, let me know in the comments below what you think of the new season.